Welcome to my channel. My name is Nahum. This channel creepy horror channel. Please like, share and subscribe this channel. The notorious source of horror stories. The story of Jack the Ripper is horrific and intriguing. The unidentified serial killer stalked the poverty-stricken area of Whitechapel, London, England, in 1888. The victims of Jack the Ripper were typically prostitutes whose throats were cut. The infamous killer also removed internal organs from at least 3 of his 5 victims. These victims were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. The names of these women have become famous over the years. However, the identity of their murderer remains unknown, although several suspects have been identified, at the time of the murders and in the intervening years. The mystery surrounding Jack the Ripper is one of the main reasons the tale has inspired many TV shows, movies, games, and books, some of which we are going to look at more closely. TV and movies. Numerous movies have been inspired by the story of Jack the Ripper. Murder by Decree is one of the most interesting. This 1979 movie, starring Christopher Plummer as Sherlock Holmes and James Mason as Dr. Watson, sees the famous fictional detective investigating the real-life Jack the Ripper mystery, with suggestions that it was part of a Masonic plot. From Hell is a more recent big-screen outing for the Jack the Ripper story. Starring Johnny Depp as Inspector Frederick Aberline, it was well received by audiences. We have also seen representations of Jack the Ripper on our TV screens. 100 years after his terrifying murder spree, ITV in the UK produced the Jack the Ripper miniseries starring Michael Caine and Jane Seymour. More recently, also in the UK, the BBC produced Ripper Street, which focused on the aftermath of his killing spree rather than on the murders themselves. Gaming. The world of gaming is also no stranger to Jack the Ripper-influenced content. In 2009, Ukrainian studio Frogwares introduced Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper, which was the 5th in the company's series of Sherlock Holmes adventures. This game was set in Whitechapel while the area was being terrorized by Jack. In 2015, the Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Jack the Ripper downloadable content, DLC, expansion pack was released. Set in London, in 1888, it explores the dark take of one of Britain's most notorious killers. In commercial gaming, slots fans have the opportunity to experience the eerie aura of the Ripper, at sites based in the home of the Ripper, the UK, and casinos not on GameStop based elsewhere. 2 of the most famous slot games are the Ripper, which features Whitechapel's dark archways and cobblestone streets, and Jack the Ripper, a game with gruesome symbols and a steampunk vibe. Literature. Many writers have taken the story of Jack the Ripper to heart and crafted their own works around it. In her book Portrait of a Killer, Jack the Ripper, Case Closed, Patricia Cornwell puts modern forensic knowledge to use in reaching her own conclusion as to the identity of the unknown Victorian serial killer. She believes that respected artist Walter Richard Sickert committed the murders, although looking closely at the evidence shows there are holes in this argument. Philip Sugden's The Complete History of Jack the Ripper is a meticulously researched look at the Victorian-era murders. It challenges assumptions by taking a fresh look at the evidence, and the East End world of the time. This is a thought-provoking read for anyone interested in Jack the Ripper. From movies and TV shows, through gaming to literature, Jack the Ripper has influenced an array of work. He will continue to do so into the future due to the fascination his story provokes.